So this time we have a PLAT 4 Ana player and a high plat to low diamond lobby. Key moment number 1. I think me taking too long for a better chance to land the sleep on the ulti monkey is what got our widow killed. I did get a sleep, but it ended up as a 3 vs 4 for my team for a while, and then I got killed. I wasn't sure about going right to my team because I was kind of afraid of getting shredded by Sombra and Sojourn, but would it be a bad idea to stay with my team? Also, I'm not so sure where I should have positioned myself. I tried playing with my widow in case Tracer is what Sojourn was in the previous fight, and Sombra would dive me, but now I'm not sure it was the play. Playing next to widow to get help. I died to monkey, and I think that it was the exact death that costed us this whole match. So this is maybe last team fight. Okay, let's watch this. 1855 to 1905. Oh, with where the payload is placed, do you have time for like 2 team fights? I guess. Okay, let's see. Whoa.
Guide you. What power? That must sting.
Wait, let's play the fight from before. Let's play the fight a little bit uglier, okay? A little bit uglier because we don't know why that nano happened. When I got dead, you +1.
You're powered up. Let the Kitsune guide you. What power? That must sting. Fire at will.
Yes, it did. 5v3.
Taking damage. Close your eyes. I've stepped one.
They have us outnumbered.
Targeting hostile.
Okay. Then they're gonna come back, and then they're gonna go one by one. They're gonna die. Okay, this can be fixed
Another
with quick
day,
math.
Another battlefield.
You're powered up. Get in there.
I'm gonna add 1 extra second. I was muted. File settings. You're gonna get 1 extra minute. File settings, hotkeys. I'm gonna remove the muted microphone filter microphone. 1 second. I have like so many screenshot outputs. Don't care. Delete. Really fast. We're gonna get into it. Chatting chatters. About this. If you get to this part, maybe write in the comments section that this takes like a pretty short time. Okay, perfect. Boom, apply. Okay, now, bum. Okay, it was on plus and minus, the ones that I use for speed. So, is it working now? It's working, right? You can hear me. It's working. Okay, perfect. So, hear me out. Here's what's gonna happen. Usually, when you submit key moments, the key moments are submitted at the point of no return. 90% of Overwatch, I would say, in lower ratings, up until Masters, are decided before the fight begins. Even in Grandmaster, they decided before the fight begins. So, this being said, I'm looking at this, right? I'm walking back from spawn, 5 vs 4, last team fight. There are 4 people. What needs to happen from them? I'm defending. Okay, I'm defending, they're attacking. Therefore, they have to pressure. If they have to pressure, then why do I pressure? It's kind of like... I wanted to give a Game of Thrones, because I watched it recently. Yeah. I wanted to give a Game of Thrones reference, but I'm not going to give it because some people might watch it later. I'm going to spoil it for them. But literally, if you pressure and stuff, like seriously, if you pressure, why add extra pressure when you already have the advantage? So anyway, you're gonna walk back from spawn. First things first. And by the way, very important. Somebody died at the beginning because you're in spawn, okay? You're in spawn. So, Tracer died. Tracer's coming back, right? Now your team is... Widow can see this. It's in a... They're in a 4 vs 4 soon because somebody's gonna be back as well. So, you're walking back from spawn. Moira died. Let's say you don't know if the Tracer and Sombra are back because you're just checking Discord. You know, Giga Chat getting 10 DMs a second. Just checking Discord, yeah. And now Moira dies. You're 5 versus 4. If you're 5 versus 4, you don't look for opportunities. You look to punish what they're trying to do to you. Because this is PLAT. They will panic. They will press W. If they don't press W, then you will win 5 versus 4. The numerical advantage is huge in these ratings. So right now, what does this mean to you? Especially if you're playing Ana, don't use your abilities. You have to wait. You walk in a little bit.
You're powered up. Get in there.
I think you can clearly deduct that you don't know why you did the nano, but I think it's a clear mistake over here, right? Nanoing the Widow is more kind of like you either nanoed by mistake and you can't remember just by mistake, which might happen, or you nanoed because you thought that the fight was won and you wanted to flex. Everybody did that, bro. Don't feel bad. And the ones that are calling that out, hear me out. You also did a troll nano because you thought that the fight was won and then you lost the fight because of it, okay? We all did it. Every Ana player did this at least once. This might have been a flex nano. Yeah, the fight is won. I'm just gonna nano Widowmaker. I don't care about the nano that much. You could obviously save the nano for the front line. In this case, nano your full charge Zarya or even your Sombra and as good nano targets, right? I don't care about this. I care about this, what's happened afterwards. She's nanoed. You wanna walk close. Resta going in. Try the sleep dart. Get out. Good. You force the recall, you back out. This is good. But now, there's no need to do this. No need. No. Why? You just free throw the nade. No need. You are +1. Moira died. Moira barely respawned. This is the biggest advantage that I can have in Overwatch. When they die, it takes them 10 seconds if it's not overtime, and this is overtime, so it might take them more. Plus the amount of time that it takes them to get from here to here. Let's say 10 seconds, okay? So that's 20 seconds in which somebody's out of the team fight. 20 seconds in which you have a numerical advantage. 20 seconds in which you're defending, in which they have to pressure you, they have to dive you. Okay? So in this case, this was gonna happen. We have a bloodline in chat. I threw the nade because your team's damage was getting out heal and you wanted to help. You wanted to throw an aggressive nade. No, okay, I might understand this. You wanted to help. You want to help with some extra damage and stuff. Hear me out. If you're playing, this is like a general Ana goal. If you're playing against heroes that can dive you, that want to get you, like Winston, like Tracer, like even Sombra, and you don't hear them use their abilities, / you don't see where they are, then you're not allowed, literally, you're not allowed to throw your nade or sleep dart, because that's what they're waiting. It's like they're, like this. Ana use nade. She use sleep dart. Literally like this. The second you use your abilities, they activate you. They activate. Instant. They're like sleeping until then. You just gave them the win condition. How is Winton, with how much damage Winton has, how is Winton, Kiriko, in Sombra, I guess, how are they gonna kill a Zarya with bubbles and a Fox bucketed by Kiriko? How? No way. Who can they kill? Diana, the one that they want the most. So in this case, saving your abilities is the way to go. Again, very fast, okay? 2 very big points. Number 1, if you're playing against heroes that want to fuck you as Ana, that want to go for you really deep as Ana, like Winston, like Ball, like Tracer, like Genji, wait until they use their abilities, and then you can use your abilities, or see if they do something else, and they don't have abilities, and then you can use your abilities. So scenario number 1, you wait until Winston jumps you, and then you can use your sleep dart and nade. After they jump you, when Tracer came to you and threw the sleep dart, good. But Tracer can follow up on you? No. But Winston can jump, so you nade him when he jumps in. Now, if let's say they use Tracer dashes and Winston jump to go on somebody else, then you can use your sleep dart and nade aggressively. I know that support feels sometimes very limiting to play, you know? And this is why I feel like support feels, even though it's the game's getting kind of balanced right now in almost close to mid-season 3, it doesn't mean that it feels that good to play, that much fun to play. Because one mistake and then you're dead. Because this is exactly what sometimes you feel like. I needed more damage in. You know, I wanted to throw the nade and do more damage. But the second you do it, you get punished. And you have big cooldowns. So you have to be very decisive with them. You need to have a plan. You have to respect the plan. So again, to summarize, if they have divers and they dive somebody else, you can use your abilities aggressively. But if they don't use their cooldowns on somebody else, then assume that they want your booty. They want to go for you. So you cannot throw your nade and sleep dart. You cannot. To add to this, small thing. You have your nade, your sleep dart, and yes, you can use them aggressively, but you can also use them to combo. For example, Sombra EMP, Zarya Graviton, you can wait for them to use their ultimates, and then you can throw the nade. In this case, you can press tab, see Zarya's close to grab, save the nade. You know you don't need to use it. If Winston goes for somebody else, and then you can combo it in the Graviton. And now, that's concept number 1 with Ana and getting dived, because that's super important to understand as an Ana player. This is good. Backing out, this is super good.
They want your
Plus,
DP
there's a
sus.
bubble there, you know? Anyway, we throw the nade and now he's tickled a little bit. Graviton is in. Imagine you would have landed this after the bubble broke, like right now. And you would have got caught the other one in it as well. Maybe they would have died here. You know, with the nade, they're all low. Now he goes in. But here's the big
Teaching
issue.
Tuesday helped me hit diamond for the first time, Mr. mL7.
Congratulations. Here's the issue. With numerical advantages. If you're down 1, they want to get your attention. Let me take a sip and I'll explain in a second. Numerical advantages in Overwatch and in other games as well work like the following. 5 should win versus 4. Well, yes, but if 1 can take 2 on them, there are 2 fights happening. 1 versus 2 and 3 versus 3. So in this case, even though it seemed like you had the advantage, you're at a disadvantage. Because Winston dives in, Moira's back, they're literally 3 versus 3, and Winston's 1 versus 2. In this case. So even, this is like why sometimes I feel like you have like those players. How did we lose this team fight? Not your case, but how did you lose this team fight? What is happening? Blah, blah, blah. Like, what? I did so much. No. You just, because he came in and stuff like that and you weren't like focusing on the front line, it just created their, helped Winston create that equalize, I guess, the numbers on the battlefield. What he could have done, though, apart from experience to save the sleep dart for Tracer deck, but he forced the recall, saving the nade in this case, to either land it aggressively, and you might have won the team fight, or saving it to help your Widow a little bit. You're gonna have nade again anyway. You don't have sleep dart for Winston. This is okay. Can still heal. Who knows? Maybe Widow would have lived if you would have had the nade earlier. What you could have done is you could have been like, you know what? I'm done. Literally, like, I'm done. You literally dead inside. I'm done. He dives in. He has Primal. I can't help Widow. So when Winston dives in, he can do this. Oh, no, he dives in. He dives in, and they're fighting in front. Maybe I can walk in front, turn around, and heal the Widow while I'm walking like this to my team. Or maybe I can even shoot the Kiriko. And we start trading. Because right now, if you leave your Widow, who's gonna be juggled anyway, and it's very tricky for you to heal, you're literally going to add an advantage to this team fight. You're trading. Winston's in a 1 versus 1, and you're going to be in a 4 versus 3 here in front. Maybe if you would have healed up the Sombra here and let the Widow die, the fight would have been different. Maybe you would have killed, you would have naded here, because you had the nade available again. Like, so many things could have happened. I feel like it's one of the hardest decisions to decide if you want to leave one behind or not. You know? If you want to leave someone behind or not. And sometimes you got to do that decision. If you don't have your cooldowns, that's it. Usually, like, whenever you're playing support, you got to do... how can I say this? I feel like a good support player always does 2 things at the same time. You know? Like, if Winston... It's like this. Winston dives in. He has Primal. I always try to think at least 2 things. He has Primal. He's Primaling somebody. So I have to heal. I'm not going to shoot Winston. I'm going to heal Widow. Or he's going to go for me. And then I need to add something extra. If you focus on only one thing, you're going to feel powerless. You got to do more. You're going to be like, okay, so I heal up Widow and I reposition myself. I heal up Widow and I try to land the cooldown and stuff. You know? Because like over here, he just took your attention. This was unlucky, by the way. The nade missing was unlucky. I think you could have won the fight with the nade here. Like, he would have gotten one more boop. EMP would have been in. Probably would have booped him there. And then you would have been able to help your team here. It happens. It happens. Sometimes it just happens. So the big thing here, though, is obviously don't nano like that, which is a mistake. It happens to everybody. And secondly, understand what the enemies can do to you and play with them. If they go with dive, save your abilities. If they dive and not you, you can use your abilities. And third thing, sometimes it's okay to leave somebody to die behind and be flamed for it if you win the team fight. Continue. We have another key moment at 12:35 until 13:20. Diva, Widow, Ashe is fun. Where should I even position myself against those? Or the Widow, Ashe, Widow, Hanzo, Hanzo, Ashe, you name it, duo. Yeah, this is hard. This is hard. You should... We're gonna see. I tried to just hug the cog and watch, then I saw my Diva go in and wanted to help her with the nade, but I guess I just remember the days when I just started playing the game, so it was tragic and my Diva got destroyed. Was it a good idea, bad execution, and could I win as the fight, or was it just a bad play from me overall and I should have done something different? Okay, so playing against double sniper team compositions means that they do not focus on getting the tank. It means that they focus on getting the squishies with them shots. So your positioning should always be, maybe they can snipe you, but they can't. But you might peek, but you're not gonna peek. This being said, let's observe this positioning. Well, wait, 12:35. 12:35, my bad. 12:35. Oh, a little bit uglier, actually. You, okay?
I am healed.
No, guard spam when she jumps. When you see the grapple hook, guard spam. Can you get in cover? Okay.
Stand up straight.
Activating self-destruct sequence.
I'm here. Keep fighting.
Okay, this is a ballsy idea.
Nodding off. I've slept
This was a
one.
ballsy idea what you had in mind there. I'm gonna give it to you. That was kind of ballsy. I like it. But hear me out. I'm gonna make it feel like incredibly easy explanation. And some of you will maybe disagree and be like, that's such a bad tip, but hear me out. If you play against Farah, you play in the open, because if you play inside a room, it's easy for it to spam you away. If you play against Widowmaker, Hanzo, or Sojourn, sometimes it's good to play in a room. Because they can kill you easily, but you might have angles to heal your teammates, and they can't spam you like Farah can. So in this case, playing either like this inside rooms, or even inside this room, or even inside this room might be better than just playing in the open. Because right now, this is like panic positioning where you're playing from. It's just gonna be like panic positioning. Okay, so this is happening. And secondly, close the angles. So for example, Widowmaker cannot wallbang you. This means that right now, if, let's say you want to poke, you can just like shoot from here and then play this angle. She can't bend her bullet around this. So if Diva flies in, and this is the panic, wall hack, what's happening? Monka W. I mean, right now, you have two options. You can either hug the left side and commit and play around this room, and this is very uncomfortable. Imagine you're Widowmaker and you're trying to snipe somebody here. You're not gonna push this one, you know? And secondly, it's just gonna be very uncomfortable for everybody. Right, so you can either play here, or you have enough time to back out. Back out, guard spam. This is good, and now you can just play here. No reason to pick in the open. I mean, like, you want to heal up the Genji a little bit. Okay, fine, nice moving. He's dead, and now you're just like in the open. Could have played from over here inside, or just around this area, you know, if you want to play aggressive and you want to get dive. Because right now you're in the open. You, oh god, wait, 12:35.
Ready for battle.
Speed this a little bit. Over here. The panic jumping. Yeah, like, you know what you need to do? It's like, oh god, I need to get covered. Wall hack, I need to get covered. Even if your Genji's in the middle, I need to get covered. And stop jumping. Whenever like they have wall hack, do not jump. It makes it very easier. Very easy for the Widow to like shoot you. Couch spam. Couch spamming is okay. AD spamming is also okay. Jumping just makes it easy. If you have like the habit of jumping a lot, which a lot of us have, let's act accordingly. Chad, we all do jump from time to time way too much in Overwatch. I don't know why, but it's fun. If they have wall hack, you should not jump. That's one thing. Other than that, of course, it's not good to jump, but against wall hack, it works. And right now, like for example, this would be a good defensive position, but this doesn't make plays, you know? Like if you chill here, for example, maybe you can throw an 8 here and save the diva and help the diva. Right now, they just like placed you somewhere without even seeing them. And now diva goes in. And now this is on diva, by the way. This is not on you, this is on diva. And now you're trying to commit. You could always like just chill here and maybe you would have gotten sniped. Like this isn't a good position either. So you splitting and going for the play was the right intention. It was the right execution. Considering what you had in this case. Missing the nade, this is because you're not that experienced. We don't know this will come with time, understanding the trajectory, understanding who to focus. In this specific case, if you're flanking, you want to go for an immobile target that cannot escape the nade effect. So in this case, Ana would be the target to nade and go for, but the fight was lost anyway before. You're down 4 versus 5. Numbani, this point, this part of the map sucks. So I would just recommend, instead of like hiding back in the open, make it hard for the enemies. Just hold tighter chokes, you know, because Widowmakers want to snipe. This is Widowmaker with Dream. You play here and you can snipe somebody that's playing there. Or you play here and you can snipe somebody that's playing there. But imagine Widowmaker with Dream if you play here and trying to snipe somebody that's playing here. Like, what the fuck? Or you play here and you're trying to kill somebody that's playing here. Like, you have two options. You either walk, I'm gonna walk here. Or you have to walk like this and see them. Like, you know, like, you just gotta toy with them. Right now, this is... Here's how it is. When they use wall hack, they expect something. It's like... Get the fuck away. I have wall hack. Get out. Run. Get out. I have wall hack. You're gonna get sniped. You're gonna get sniped, bro. What you gonna do? Get the hell away from me. Literally, that's the expectation. But you're gonna be like... Pixon, Shap, and Morigard. No mega, lol. No, I'm not fucking gunning. I'm just gonna stay here. I'm gonna make it hard for you. You know what I mean? Like, that's like the... You had the appropriate response. You're a good player and you had the appropriate response. But now you're trying to climb. You're in plat. The game is getting more and more complicated. If you do react to an action the way that you're supposed to react to the action in ranked, you'll probably start... You're not going to see a lot of results. You have to push the limits, because if you make it uncomfortable for the enemies, even if it's uncomfortable for you, you might win. Because both of you are playing with... in painful spots. You know what I mean? It's like Route 66. I'm gonna tell you, this is the best example. Route 66 first point defense. Holding gas station is extremely uncomfortable. I don't know a single person that enjoys playing on gas station. It's so bad. The angles are so weird. Even on Second Royale, they have some angles that are so bad, but it's uncomfortable for you, but it works for them. So it's worth it. So over here as well, like, this would be uncomfortable for you. Like, it would be, ugh! But for Widowmaker, she's gonna be like, the fuck this little shit is doing? And then she's gonna push. She never saw that situation, then I'm gonna get a kill. So again, playing against snipers, to summarize this, we might give you one extra part of the VOD. First of all, when Widow is using wall hack, try to card spam and try to play in cover, okay? Do not jump when you hear wall hack. Secondly, understanding that your teammates overextend, you're trying to help them and you can't help them, that happens, just prioritize yourself. Thirdly, sometimes it's good to play inside small rooms or like tighten the chokes rather than running away from the snipers, because you're giving them what they want. It's like this. Tanks can take space, like what space Reinhardt takes if he has his shield here? The space behind him. What space does Widowmaker take if she has wall hack? She takes the whole map. But if you play, let's say, from here, we don't know who has the spot. It's literally like control spots, you know? So if you're like this, this is Widowmaker's team, controlled by Widowmaker. This is your team's control, but Widowmaker has wall hack, so she controls every part of this area, and this is contested area. If you leave this area, this is uncontested area. And what's easier to conquer? A contested area where you have somebody at least trying to defend, or an area where nobody's there. An area with when nobody's there, right? But if you hold like these positions and stuff, you're just gonna make it harder for them. Okay, let's continue watching. And by the way, this nade flank, even though they had wall hack, this was the right decision, okay? This was the right decision because your Genji was dead. They had wall hack. You had to trade. If you kite in the back, you're gonna lose anyway. Your Widowmaker had to kill the Ashe here. You had to look for a pick. Maybe D.Va would have gone remeked. Scuffed team fight. This was a scuffed team fight from the beginning because of how Genji overextended. So this was the good execution. And don't worry about nades. It took me about, I think, 200 hours plus to get used to the nade trajectory. And I still fuck it up after thousands and thousands of hours on Ana. Good intention, but when you flank, if it makes sense, pre-plan who you want to go for. So you don't make that decision on the spot. So you're going to be like, yo, so I want to flank. Who can I kill? I press tab. Ana. And then you see Ana and then you go for Ana. Does that make sense? Instead of, I want to go flank. Moira and Ana. You know what I mean? Like, you have to pick. You can't do anything to D.Va. Probably not going to get Widow. Ashe is on top. Moira's going to fade. So you pick Ana. Boom. Okay. Let's watch a little bit here. Good mechanics. Nice dodging. Nice. I like this. I like this. You can't get touch this probably. Wait, actually you can. Okay. Same thing with the nade usage. Same thing with the nade usage here. What are you trying to achieve? Let's watch. Let's watch this. So, you have 1 versus 1. It's 1 picks each team. 4 versus 4, you have Blade, you almost have Nano. What is the win condition here? The win condition, you have Nano. Soon, 2% off. You have to not die and get your Nano for Nano Blade. If you can. If your Genji's not gonna kill them before you do this. Throwing a nade in means that maybe D.Va can fly to you. Maybe Ashe can do a bunch of damage to you because like you're kind of close to them, right? You have to play your life. Your teammate is making the play. Don't complicate the play. Because right now, what's happening? I didn't even know that Ashe was dead. That was a good sleep though. Now you're dead. You want the nano charge. Don't try to get nano charge. If you're 2 or 3% off, don't try to get nano charge with your abilities if you don't know where the enemies are. Try to get nano charge just by unscope, slash scope, 10 shots. Target. If you don't get a nano, whatever. It happens. Plus, throwing the nade in front of a D.Va is gonna be tricky. And again, throw the nade. Probably wanting to nade the Moira, but she has fade. I'm not saying that you should keep track of fade. But sometimes it's difficult. You know, it's like, you threw it at the Moira. She can just cleanse it. Like, maybe think who are like easy nadeable targets. Because right now, just one unscoped or quick scope shot here was gonna be easy. Unscope shot and then none of the Genji. He got antied, to be honest. He might have fucked it up. Now, imagine if you would have shot the D.Va here, or even nade now. Not that fast. Even nade now. You probably play some Genji too. You don't need nano instantly, my bro. You don't need nano instantly. You're not going to, I don't know. Just wait. Take your time. Okay? Enjoy the team fight. You don't need it instantly. Because right now, like, you have the panic. I see the panic. Chill. Chill. He's antied. Nano might have helped him kill Diana here with the slash. But right now, you missed the nade, you missed 2 shots, and Ashe is behind you, and you land the sleep dart, and you don't have nade to finish. And you still don't have nano. Right now, nade yourself, maybe nano mercy, maybe because she has Valk, maybe nano ball, and the fight might have been won. Like, there are some very small subtleties, I guess. You know, and I think I know the exact fix for you. So let's just go and Olaf review. So I think that you're really good mechanically overall. I think, wait, oh no, okay, we're back. Alt Z is so good. Okay, I think your aim is pretty decent. You don't need to work on that. I think your positioning is pretty decent. I think that your biggest issue with Ana is probably cooldown management. I'm gonna put aim at 10. I think that your aim is good. I think your positioning is also kind of decent. But positioning and decision making are 2 things that we can also work on. Okay, so cooldowns is the biggest issue with Ana and is one of the hardest skills to master. Your positioning is actually pretty nice. I'm not joking, pretty nice. Of course, you can tighten the angles and stuff and try to toy with the enemies. But that's mostly about decision making, okay, about decision making and stuff. And that comes with experience. So for example, as I said earlier, playing against Farah, you want to stay in the open to not get spammed inside. Playing against Sniper Team Comps, you can kind of close the angles and play inside, even if it's uncomfortable. As long as you see your allies and you don't get sniped, then you're doing your job, because you're not going to be able to kill the Widowmaker, Ashe, Sojourn and stuff like that, right? And if they want to go for you, they have to use cooldowns and put themselves in uncomfortable positions. Like imagine Widowmaker scoping in a 5-meter distance from you. That's exactly what you want to do to her. If that's uncomfortable for you, it is uncomfortable for them. Okay, but the biggest issue that I have is cooldown management with Ana over here. So I'm gonna hop in and talk a little bit about this. So here's the thing with cooldown management. One, when you play Ana, you plan. Because plan has An here, and An is Ana. Nailed it. No, literally, when you play Ana, you plan cooldowns. If they have dive. Dive as in any characters that can get to you, okay? Dive doesn't count as Reinhardt. Dive doesn't count as Soldier. Dive doesn't count as Cassidy. But if they have, because I see that you understood when you submitted this that playing against Widowmaker, Hanzo, Sojourn is kind of rough, right? So you do understand like what heroes do and stuff. So if they have dive characters, Tracer, Genji, Diva, Bolt, Sombra, Winton, whatever, then you have to take care of your cooldowns, because if you use them, they're gonna be like, oh, I use your cooldowns, I'm coming after you. That's exactly what they're waiting. Literally, like that's all they're thinking when they play. They're thinking, they're waiting, and they're gonna be like, I'm gonna wait for the nade. 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 She naded! I'm going in! That's exactly what's happening. That's all they're doing. Like they're spamming, and then that's the mission. So save your abilities. If they dive you, you have your abilities. If they don't dive you and they go for somebody else and they use their cooldowns, then you can do whatever you desire with your abilities. So cooldown management is priority with Ana. Secondly, don't be discouraged with Ana nade. It took me 200 hours plus to learn how to learn the arch of it. We're gonna extend the vote review for a little bit because we have some technical difficulties with the microphone, so we still have time for some tips. Okay. Number 3, try to get Nano without abilities. Okay? You can get Nano with abilities if you're uncontested. But if you're contested, or you might be contested, then do not use your abilities. Over there, you want to get Nano with your nade. That was a good intention, right? You missed, okay, small misplay, intention, execution was there. But where were the enemies? Because you had somebody behind you. You know, what happens if you Nano Genji? He's antied. Okay, he kills Ana, he dies, Mercy gets the Ana, and Ashe kills you behind. Same result, even if he had Nano. But what happens if you do an unscoped shot or scoped and shot on Diva, you Nano Genji, he kills the Ana, Mercy guesses, maybe your Mercy pops Valk and guesses Genji as well, and you still have the nade for Ashe behind you. You know what I mean? And the sleep diet as well. So you have like a bunch of possibilities. Your abilities are the strongest part of your kit, because you lack mobility. It's super easy for them to track what you're gonna do with them. Okay. Number 4, if you have the advantage, wait for enemy mistakes, because if they do not pressure, then you will just roll them. It's like a snowball. If you're 5 versus 4, then take your time. Unless they have big ultimates coming up, and then when you gotta force, but that's when they have the advantage. So usually, if you're +1 or +2, no need to go for, I don't know, go behind them and flank. You're gonna win the basic fight, bro. You're gonna win the basic fight. So don't force that much. And number 5, this is very important with Widowmaker and stuff. When she was getting juggled by Winton, and this is the final one. I gotta say that sometimes it's okay to let your teammates feed to win the fight. In the end, it's called support, not healer, not babysitter. You're not responsible of everybody's life on the battlefield, okay? There was actually like a trending clip on Twitter a couple of days ago in which there's the Junkrat sitting still in the middle of a team fight on King's Row asking for heals when he was completely safe. And you know what was my reaction to that? Bro, your support had something else better to do in that case. It's not like I took some damage and my entire attention is to you because you took some damage. Like, what is that, dude? And I do have some cases like that when it happens as well for me. Like when I'm healing my Reinhardt in front, soldiers in the back low HP, asking for heals, and I'm like, I can't, I'm telling you, I can't. I have to focus on Reinhardt, because if I don't, Rein dies, and then we all die. So I don't care that you didn't have 20 HP. Suit yourself, I'm gonna get to you when I can. Imagine you're a doctor and you have like a bunch of patients and stuff. You know, you gotta sometimes, even though you want to help everybody, sometimes if you like you don't help your Reinhardt in that case, then everybody else is going to die. In that case, when Winston was jungling your Widow, you can't help her. You can't. I know you want to, but your entire team is gonna die if you're gonna try and help her. So hopefully you learn from this and keep up the grind, because you have the mechanics and I see some potential. I see some potential definitely. So good luck with it. Good luck, and let us know in the comments if you climbed or not.